Pretend you're an internet polyglot trying to make themselves seem as impressive as possible.
Ah, I have to pretend.
Who am I here with?
You're here with Ruben Constantine.
What do you study?
French and modern Greek.
Speak any other languages?
Yes.
How many languages do you speak?
It's a really good question. Without sounding ridiculously arrogant, it's quite a difficult one because it's hard to define what does speaking a language actually mean. If you can have a bit of a conversation, does that constitute speaking a language?
Pretend you're an internet polyglot trying to make themselves seem as impressive as possible.
Ah. Here with Ruben Constantine.
What do you study?
French and modern Greek.
Speak any other languages?
Yes.
How many languages do you speak?
It's a really good question. Without sounding ridiculously arrogant, it's quite a difficult one because it's hard to define what does speaking a language actually mean. If you can have a bit of a conversation, does that constitute speaking a language?
Pretend you're an internet polyglot.
Constitute speaking a language?
Pretend you're an internet
Yeah, hi. Clueless white guy orders imperfect Chinese shocks patrons. Look at the picture down there of this clown exoma shit.
polyglot trying to make
Yeah, hi.
internet polyglot trying
Yeah. White guy orders takeout in perfect Chinese. This happened. Yeah.
to make themselves seem as impressive as possible.
Clueless American tourist busts out perfect Chinese shocks locals. Yeah, hi. Clueless American tourist. The clown exoma seem like all the polyglot YouTubers, some fucking clowns, idiots, morons. Okay, so realistically, 3 languages, half of them sounded horrible, even so it was a pre-thought example sentence. Yeah, hi. Hi. Hyper polyglot gigashot shocks locals by ordering a coffee. Yeah, this exauma shit. They're making fun of this exauma fuckhole, man. Then look who made a comment here, this language simp. As a native Romanian, he sounds fluent, but you're not a native Romanian, you are American, you stupid American clown. Language simp, you are from USA and you are also a liar and a scammer, and you're also part of this language learning scam community, and you're also selling an ebook about language learning, even you don't know anything about language learning, you fucking clown. His Greek grammar is wrong. Yeah, hi. Look, someone says here even his Mandarin crap. He's got a bunch of videos on how he learns languages where he basically crams for a few weeks to learn a bunch of basic conversational phrases. In those videos, he also kinda implies that he drops the languages once he does a video on them because he mentions how many he has forgotten how to speak. He basically learns enough to make an entertaining video and then moves on to something else. I wouldn't be surprised if there are a few that he does dedicated real time to, but the majority are just for easy views. Same like all the polyglot YouTubers do. They practice, for example, Swedish for few weeks or for 1 or 2 or 3 months. They practice some beginner stuff in Swedish. Then after, they would write down a script in Swedish and practice that script and practice the pronunciation of the script and try to memorize as much as possible. Then they will start the recording. Then they will say those things they memorized, and when they cannot remember, then they will look to the script and read from the script. And then they will look in the camera and speak. Then look and read from the script, then look in the camera and speak. And after they finish recording the video, then they will edit the video and cut out every time they look and read from the script. Then after they finish making that, then people will think like, look here, they have some video in Swedish, they can speak Swedish. Then after they will start to practice another language, only some beginner stuff for a few weeks or for 2 or 3 months. Maybe practice some Spanish or Italian for a few weeks or few months. Then after they practice a little beginner stuff and practice the pronunciation in the language, then they write down a script, and maybe the script will be on a higher level, but because they have practiced a little beginner stuff in the language and practice the pronunciation, then they can read the script on a higher level and they can practice how to pronounce that script on a higher level. Then they'll try to memorize that script or memorize as much as they can. Then they'll start a recording and speak, for example, in Italian. Then they will say the things that they memorized or the things from the script. And then what else will they do? Then also, when they cannot remember, then they'll look to the side or look down to read the script from their computer screen or from a tablet or something. Then after they finish recording the video, then they will edit and cut out every time they look and read from the script. And if they make too many mistakes, or if the video is not good enough, then they will just delete the video or delete parts of the video, and then they will record another video from the beginning. Or if there are some mistakes in the video, then maybe they will only record another video for a few seconds. When they will correct those mistakes, then they will put all the recordings together and make some mixed video where they show their fake shit. But people are too stupid to believe in that. And then after they do like this in Italian, then they will do the same with Spanish or German or French or Portuguese or Brazilian Portuguese or Arabic or Chinese or Korean and so on. And that's the same what Luca Lampriello have been doing on his channel and other polyglot YouTubers, but people are too stupid to believe in this bullshit. They will practice a little in the language for a few weeks or a few months, then they make a video. Then after they make that video, then they will say this is the proof of speaking the language. Then after some months, then they will start the next language and do the same in the next language. Then every few months they make a video in another language. And then after that, then sometimes they will make another video, for example, in Swedish or Italian or German or French or Portuguese or Brazilian Portuguese or Arabic or some other language. Then they will go back and practice the things that they practiced before and try to practice few more sentences or practice few more things. And then it's just some fake shit. And then some people will say maybe they can speak the language then if they have practiced something, but if they know anything in any of those languages, then they only know few sentences and very few beginner stuff, but they cannot really speak the language on a good level or make a conversation with someone without they need to make a script and write down a script. And look, this clown here. Good question. How many languages do you speak? It depends, as he says, on what speaking a language means fluently, reasonably well, a few phrases, a word or two. Then he says here, I speak French, German, Dutch, Russian, Italian, Spanish, Turkish, and Hungarian, but all to different degrees. Yeah, bullshit with you. And the person wrote Italian wrong. And then people will say maybe it's just a misspelling, but still, he wrote it wrong. And then also, if some clown like this will say that speaking a language can mean fluently or reasonably well, or a few phrases, or a word or two, if it can mean a word or two, then maybe many of those languages you can only say 1 or 2 words or few words. I can also say few words in many languages, you abnormal idiot. It doesn't mean that I can speak those languages because I can say few words or few sentences or something like that. Just some abnormal idiots. Just some fucking abnormal clown. Look at this bozo clown, man. Just some fucking bozo clown, man.
Pretend you're an internet.
Oliver's Oxford student, straight interviews. I don't know so much about this channel, so I don't know if it's an honest channel or not. But this video, I think they were making fun of the Polyglot YouTubers. Unless you want to pretend that he can actually speak those languages, but I think they were making fun of them, especially because they were writing about Xiaoma that is clueless. They were writing about Xiaoma that is clueless and making fun of him, so I think they're making fun of the Polyglot YouTubers. But I just found this video, then I wanted to show it. And also to show the comments there. Not all the comments, but I showed some of the comments. But I hope that more YouTubers will start to make fun of the Polyglot YouTubers. And I hope more YouTubers will start to say that the Polyglot YouTubers are fake lies and scammers. And not only about Xiaoma and some Polyglot YouTubers where people can see that it's clearly fake. Because I've seen that there are some YouTubers. I've seen that there are some YouTubers who are criticizing the Polyglot YouTubers and making fun of them and making videos about them. But most of them, they will show people like Xiaoma or talk about Wuter Corduina or some of those Polyglot YouTubers that it's very obvious that they're fake. But I hope that there will be more channels on YouTube that will say that the other Polyglot YouTubers are also fake lies and scammers. Same like Luca Lampriello, Lindy Buttis, Oli Richards, Richard Simcott, Steve Kaufman, Oriental Pearl. Those people that many people believe in them. I hope that more people will say that they're also fake lies and scammers, because that's the truth. The truth is that those people are also fake lies and scammers. But those people who I've seen making videos talking about the Polyglot YouTubers and criticizing them or saying bad about them, I think I've not seen any one of them saying something bad about those people except of this guy, Isel Mazard, that I've showed his video or his channel on my channel before, like this guy, Isel Mazard. Like, I think he's the only one that I've seen that will say that Lindy Buttis and Steve Kaufman and Lawusho and Benny Lewis and also Richard Simcott and those people that he will say that they are scammers and fake. And even that guy, he did not show Luca Lampriello or talk about Luca Lampriello, I think, unless you have talked about him, but I have not seen it. But he's the only one who have criticized some of those famous one that most people believe in them, and also he called them scammers. But I hope more people will call those people scammers. I hope more people will call Steve Kaufman and Lindy Buttis and All Richards and Richard Simcott and Luca Lampriello and those people. I hope more people will call them fake lies and scammers.